made it to the Exchange TRX, one of the newest malls here in Kuala Lumpur. Huge, like multi-billion-dollar area that they built up over the past years. Kind of like a financial area, a bunch of retail here in this mall and kind of around it. Like big buildings, skyscraper type buildings. I'm just gonna do like a walkthrough of this mall. It's a really cool mall, like very fancy. A lot of stores like Gucci, Bottega Veneta right here, great brand. Have some boots by them. Balenciaga as well. Of course, very expensive stuff. A little out of reach. We have Prada back there as well. You have all the like high-end designer stores in here. Much more so than other places, much more than Pavilion, anywhere else actually in Kuala Lumpur. This is like the ultimate place to buy designer goods, buy high-end goods. I'm not going to be doing any actual shopping today. I don't really have the kind of money to buy these goods at the moment, but still a nice place to walk around. It's a cool atmosphere. It's nice to look at the design. I mean, you can see the detail that goes into making some of this stuff. It's interesting. It's really cool. You don't see that too often. The closest thing I can compare would be the Pavilion Mall, which is kind of dated now, to be honest. This is kind of another level of luxury. There is a IOI Mall. We have the Louis Vuitton store here. IOI Mall in Putrajaya, that was a really fantastic mall, absolutely enormous. But it's not so much high-end shopping. It's more mid-range shopping and all sorts of stuff, you know, all different types of stores. This is more tailored toward the high-end shopper. There is some other types of stores in here as well, but they try and hit all of the big brands. It's a lot of tourists coming here. It's mostly tourists coming to a mall like this and shopping. A lot of people like to travel to Kuala Lumpur to shop and to eat. That's like a big draw for this city for a lot of people from all over. You know, China, of course, a big one. Love to come here and shop. Everyone, you know. Similarly to Bangkok, but this even takes it to the next level, I feel like, this mall. I've been to a lot of malls in Bangkok that have high-end shopping, and this takes it to another level. You know, this is the second time I've been here. I didn't really shoot a walkthrough video last time. I actually made a video where I was in this mall, but I didn't really show any stores or anything like that. I was just showing myself and talking about like a specific subject. So here's a Gentle Monster sunglasses brand, quite a popular brand at this point. They kind of came up in the last few years. You can see they have a really interesting store. Definitely grabs attention. Pretty smart. Pretty pricey sunglasses. You know, they sell sunglasses for $250 to $300 US. And they make some really cool styles. You're more paying for the style and the brand at this point. Like, they did really good marketing. They know what they're doing. You're not really paying for the quality itself of the sunglasses with Gentle Monster, but it's cool because they have some really interesting and unique styles, you know, so that's what you're paying for. We have Dior, Givenchy, Tom Ford, Versace, a little bit of everything, something for everyone, men and women, to be honest. I was once upon a time really into fashion. As much as I still like fashion, I don't have the kind of money I once had, and so this kind of fashion is out of reach for me. Any type of high-end, brand new retail stuff. Now I will shop for this kind of stuff, more vintage designer stuff, online, websites like Grailed, you know, secondhand, a little bit older, used, designer oftentimes, or consignment stores. You know, in NYC there's a lot of consignment secondhand stores that it's a big business. People trading in their used designer clothing, and it's a fraction of the price. So I never find it too worthwhile to buy brand new. I don't necessarily need the newest season's clothes at all. So yeah, that's just kind of how I do it. MCM, never really got into that brand. Definitely like a lot more Japanese fashion. I think Japan really has fashion on lock. You know, it's really strong. You know, it's one of the reasons I'd like to visit Japan is the fashion. You know, just even looking at the styles on the street, people walking around. I think it's very interesting, and just watching YouTube videos of things like that is pretty cool. So this little sunglasses store, more classic like Ray-Bans. Breitling, it's a watch brand. I never got too into watches. I do wear this like Issey Miyake watch. Issey Miyake is a pretty solid Japanese designer for sure. All sorts of cool stuff. Aesop, quite a popular like skincare, stuff like that. So you also have stores like Uniqlo here, of course. You're always going to have like a Uniqlo, a Muji, an H&M, no matter what, even in the most high end of malls. It's so well received by people, and it's still quite on trend and fashionable, but for a cheaper price. So yeah, I mean, most of the time you're not going to really know. It depends. If you don't wear something in a tacky way and you avoid the more tacky stuff they have, you can easily find some very in-trend or cool clothes in general at stores like that, and mix it into the more expensive outfits, mix it up with designer clothing, and you don't need to wear, you know, full designer outfits unless you're absolutely rich. Then go for it. But I always like to mix up, you know, maybe half of my outfit is more expensive things. Maybe my boots are going to be expensive, but, you know, maybe a shirt or something is not. Yeah, it's a multi-level mall. It's just enormous. It's really, really big. It's another mall that you can easily get lost. So, yeah. I do like the design. I like this kind of contemporary style. I'm very into it. I know some people are against, like, you know, this kind of very new design. Like, it's almost like an overdevelopment sign for some people. So some people don't like it. Same with the condos, you know, the newer condo styles. Some people feel like it's soulless. But I think there's something to like a clean, minimal, contemporary style. So I'm into it. It depends. I think this mall, it's unique. You know, every store does it a bit differently, has a different design, and you know, the ceilings, stuff like that is very cool. Everything goes together really well. The color palette is well done. So okay, you have like your classic Sephora rituals. You know, a lot of skincare stuff too. I never got into skincare in that way, designer skincare or much skincare at all, to be honest. Some people really hate when I tell them I don't use sunscreen and I live in Thailand or Southeast Asia, in Malaysia, whatever, getting sun all the time. I mean, I do occasionally use like a more organic type of sunscreen. It's like just zinc and beef tallow. Good for the skin. You know, I think using an over-the-counter typical sunscreen that you buy in like the pharmacy, it's not good. It's not great. You know, you're putting chemicals on your skin every day. Yeah, there's moisturizer in it, but I'd avoid it personally. Just limit your sun exposure, and if you need it, get something with some zinc, and that will protect you from the sun. Anyways, I like to get onto random topics sometimes. That's just my style. Wow. Absolutely enormous mall. I didn't get to the food court last time I was here. I don't know where the food court is, or if there's a food court in here. There almost always is in a mall, right? I did this in a Pavilion Mall, then I asked security, and he guided me to the food court, or showed me where it was. And I was like, okay, there's a giant food court, and I just had no idea where it was. So it could easily be the same for this mall, to be honest. There is a theater up here. There's like a movie theater, Arum Theater. Some of the movie theaters don't have very many showings. Like, that's what I noticed. So you kind of, depending on what movie you want to see, sometimes you have to travel across town to a different theater and just kind of see which theater has the movie that you want to watch, you know. Here we have Lacoste, you know, quite a famous brand. The alligator, the classic alligator logo. You know, it's like one of the first brands I got into when I was young. I say like Lacoste and Ralph Lauren. Those were like, to me, like, I don't know. It's like, oh, these are designer. These are cool. These are standout. Maybe I saw it in rap, hip hop videos or something like that, and I got interested. And now I have nothing against them, but I'm not so into them anymore. You know, it's just, I don't think it's that interesting now. I think it's a little bit almost too basic or whatever it is. I'm no longer that interested in buying Lacoste or buying Ralph Lauren. It's just where I'm at now. Clark's, quite a popular brand of like boots. You know, you can kind of get some nice like casual style boots, I'd say. Not too dressy, but still like a clean look. You know, they have a lot of different types. This is like one of the more popular ones that I remember. And you have like their loafers too. I mean, pretty classic, pretty timeless. Again, I'm not so into them anymore to where I'd wear something like a dress shoe, but you know, it's not super interesting, but they're comfortable, and I think there is something classic and timeless about those shoes, so I wouldn't hesitate to wear them at the same time. I ended up buying some like secondhand Prada derby style dress shoes that I think are really nice and they work well. I just don't find myself wearing them at all in Southeast Asia. I have no reason to wear them, you know. The Royal Selangor. Not exactly sure what this is. It looks a little bit interesting to me. Kind of like, looks like museum style pieces for the home. Tea sets. Small statues. Pretty cool. I see a lot of concept stores like this concept, I'd say, but this is actually done well. You see a lot of stuff like this at the more low-end malls, and they're really tacky, but this is actually, I think it's much more well done. I think these are actually much cooler, and some of this stuff would be really cool to have in the house, you know? Yeah, that's some nice stuff, actually. Looks like there's another section to go to over there. All these malls over here, they have just like multiple sections. You can also go through that way. So it's hard to know where to go, right? So I'm gonna head into there and see. Let's see, what's the separation? You know, maybe some food over here. I see it says TRX Eats. It's probably some food. Beauty in the pot. We have some hot pot here. Let's see, the full hot pot set for $29.90. That's solid. Looks good. It's around, let's see, $6 US. Redbox Plus, I've seen this place elsewhere. I don't know if it's just karaoke. I feel like they have karaoke here. Let's see. Unlimited karaoke, 99 ringgit per month. Looks pretty cool. I'm not sure if it's just karaoke or something else as well. I mean, look at the design here. It's just really nice. It has a really fancy, a really elegant feel to it. The color, a lot of bronze looking, almost gold color, kind of glossy stuff going on. Super Tang. So Shan cuisine. Not sure what that is. Almost, I mean, looks like a Chinese style food to me, but you know, I could always be wrong. Shan cuisine. What's Shan? Shan. Who knows, right? Let's see, do we go upstairs here? Yeah, let's take the escalator up the stairs. Probably more food up here. That's what I'd imagine. Considering it said TRX Eats. See a very interesting ceiling. They got the plants going on here. Definitely adds a nice touch. A lot of lights too. You see they really go crazy with the lights in here. Different colored lights. Okay, we have the World Top Gourmet Awards 2018. Rabataya. Interesting. Minimum spending RM 150. That's cool. Okay. 32 RM, 30 RM. Solid. Looks delicious. Yes. More dining options. Level 3. Up here. Up the stairs. This is kind of taking you outside. Because the TRX, there's a Shake Shack. Really quality burgers. Quality fast food burgers. Five Guys and Shake Shack are definitely the best fast food burgers you're going to find. Much more on the gourmet burger end of the spectrum. Yet it's still fast food. If you've never had Shake Shack or Five Guys, highly recommended. Don't skip on it. We have some bars here too. Tipsy Flamingo. That's a good name for the decor. Hello, what's up? The workers all in pink flamingo button-down shirts. It's a good branding right there. Yeah, so some places to eat and drink here. It's not super busy. It's quite late right now. It's actually 10 after 10 p.m. And so the mall closes at 10 p.m., so 50 minutes. And it's a Tuesday, so it's actually a Monday, sorry. I lose track. Another bar right here. So yeah, there's some outdoor areas. There's like a park as well, the TRX park. Like I was saying, they have like a whole TRX development that they spent all this money on, and part of that would be the park, and just like a lot of nice outdoor scenery, plants, place to walk around. There's playgrounds. They try to make it a place where you can come spend the day. You can bring kids. You can come with your girlfriend or boyfriend and have a nice day. I think it's a pretty cool concept, and yeah, it's pretty nice. Stacks. What is that? What is that? It looks to me like a sandwich with egg and don't know what else. I can't tell you. Some type of egg sandwich going on. The Elementary Gastro Bar. Looks like they have a weekend roast here. One person, 80 ringgit. So that is, hello, how are you? Yeah, it's 16 US dollars for that, for one person. So I want to say a Japanese spot there. The park is outside. It is dark outside, and so I'm just gonna do a walk around inside for now. It's actually one of the reasons I'm filming this video is I got a late start today, and it was already dark very quickly after I woke up, so I had to do something indoors, had the proper lighting. Even the Puma store, you can see, is like quite well designed, quite done up, and also a pretty huge store. Yeah, Puma, solid brand. You know, I think some decent sportswear and basics, maybe some decent collaborations on different shoes and sneakers. British Malaya cuisine. Interesting. It's some kind of fusion, maybe. I mean, I don't know exactly what British cuisine would entail, but Saw some nasi lemak on there. British Malaya cuisine. I mean, to my understanding, most British cuisine is like just almost like a mix of different things. Nothing too specific to them. You know, of course they have their few things, but not many things I'd imagine mixing with Malay food. Same as American food. It's like I don't know, it's quite a mix of just like random stuff. That's how I think of American food. Random Western stuff. Burgers and whatever. I mean, this is still the Puma store all the way. I mean, it's absolutely massive. Gotta wonder what's the cost to rent the spaces here at a place like this. I wonder what the rent prices are. I couldn't even give you a ballpark. I have no idea. No idea, you know. Yeah, see, now we have a lot more like of the lower end stuff or mid-range, but like the cheaper stuff. MBT Swiss footwear, don't know the brand. You know, of course, like Skechers, really popular for as long as I can remember. My mom used to wear Skechers and she used to love Skechers. I never thought it was that fashionable, but you know, it's there. Crocs, very popular. I feel like Crocs have become a little bit less popular because so many other brands have made like a similar style of shoe. And some other brands made some that are, yeah, maybe just a little bit more trending now, a little bit more popular. And there's so many like knockoffs that are just similar to Crocs. So I think they're not doing as well as they once were, but they were kind of a pioneer of a certain style, right? Asics, as I mentioned before, I always liked Asics. I think it's one of the more solid sportswear brands. Reebok as well. Very, very solid shoes. Very solid sneaker brand. I think actually these that I'm wearing these are Reeboks. Reebok and Vetements, which is a popular like French designer. I don't think they actually have a Vetements store here. It's spelled like Vetements, Vetements. You may have seen it like that. They have some really cool stuff. So it's a little bit, some of it's a little, again, like tacky, I would say, but some cool collaborations, some cool stuff going on. Columbia, you have your camping style stuff. You know, you can also find some stuff that's pretty wearable on a day-to-day basis. You can fit into a lot of different outfits. It's not like just for camping, I wouldn't say. You see, they even go hard with the design on the bottom of the escalators with like some patterns and stuff like that. That's cool. Let's see over here. Salomon. I also think Salomons are pretty great. They recently became a lot more popular, quite trending. Especially, I'd say, like last summer, they started to really take off. You'll see a lot of people just started to get into the Y2K fashion and mixing it with Salomons, and yeah, it became quite a trend, quite a style. Mill Toast House. What's that? Good amount of people eating in there. I mean, Converse is timeless. Very timeless Converse. New Balance as well. I've always been a little bit of a fan of New Balance. You know, it's a nice, maybe like a dad shoe, but I think it can be worn quite fashionably. And some of these brands, they have so many different releases and sneakers and different collaborations that you can usually find something for everyone if you really search the entire past catalog and their collaboration catalog. That's what I find with a lot of these sneakers and stuff. That's why I like to browse the secondhand websites. That's why I like to use sites like Grailed and just kind of look through different sellers, you know, find something I like and then see what else that seller is selling. And you find stuff you would never see, that you would never otherwise discover, like just looking in the retail stores like this. And so that's where I usually find more interesting things, you know, in general. So here's the theater. This is the, what's it called? I can't remember the name, and it's being blocked by this thing now. Oh, the Arum Theater. Okay, all right. Is it a cinema? I believe so, yeah. I mean, this is massive. Look at this. Guys, look at this movie theater. I mean, over here you have a cafe and diner. But look at the lighting. That's crazy. High ceilings, massive ceilings. Let's just see what they have going on. Hey, how are you? Hi, how are you? Let's see what showings they have. You see, like, for example, I believe they have just 5 or 6 movies playing. Like they have the new Ghostbusters. Oh, well, it kind of changed. Fall Guy, Star Wars, Phantom Menace. Wow. Challengers. So they have a bit more, actually. Roundup, Punishment. Yeah. They have more than some of the theaters. I just observed some of the movie theaters have maybe 3 or 4 different movies only. Wow, Star Wars Phantom Menace. We're really going back in time on that one. I suppose it's a classic, right? Have, again, like this outdoor area. You can go up the stairs, restaurant up there. Yeah, it's cool. Tarbush restaurant. Again, another like cool design style with these lights. Look at these lights they have. It's like almost chandelier style. That's very cool. Like almost like a classic Italian feel. Oh, they're serving shawarma in here. So I suppose it's not quite Italian, huh? Not very Italian of them at all. Look at this. Jesus. You can see where a lot of this money went in the development. I mean, they went all out here. I don't know exactly how long it took them to build this. I think it was done in several parts, different parts of this whole TRX area going up piece by piece. I don't think it was all just opened at one time. Kenny Hill's Bakers. I mean, it's a very inviting atmosphere here. They really get you with like the design and the decor in these places. So like even without looking up the food or anything, it just feels inviting. The Shake Shack is right out there. It's across the way. So you just have to go outside and across. Over here we have Amazonas. I don't know if that's Amazonian food. Amazonas. Hello. Oh, there's steaks hanging in there. There's like a, like a meat freezer. Dry aged, probably steaks. That makes sense with the name, I suppose. I was trying to think I was going to ask her what type of food it is, but that makes a lot of sense. Kanbei. Some Japanese food. Check this out. Pretty cool artwork. It smells delicious, actually. It smells really good coming from there. I gotta say that. All right, I'm gonna head back down. I'm gonna head to the other side that we didn't check out. Another, see, Paradise Dynasty. 5 person. Does this mean 5 people? 5 people? Ah, okay. 5 people, 638 ringgit. It's pretty good. Looks good. Dumplings, 19.90 for 6 pieces. Lots of Chinese and Japanese food in this mall. Zok Noodle House. Macau's recipe. So I suppose that's Chinese. Usually I know the difference between Chinese and Japanese spot, but sometimes I can't tell in a quick moment. I'll just be honest here. Some jackets, Universal Traveler. Yeah, a lot of stores that I've never really heard of, and you know, maybe they are from different parts of Asia. Some European brands and shops coming into play that I've just never seen. You know, I think it's a really international type of place. You know, they have a really international audience here, and so it's really fitting to make it like a very international mall in terms of the stores too. Leather Avenue. I mean, look at some of these suitcases. Was definitely caught off guard by the display as well. Very futuristic. Hello. She's in there giving the peace sign like this. It took me a while to see it. The Soloist Hair Salon. God, I'm always fearful of some of these high-end hair salons of the price. I just assume like, oh, that's going to be expensive. Let me find a barber shop. I mean, in New York, I would always go to like a Japanese hair salon. And I just thought the quality of the cut was so good. And most good cuts in New York City are expensive. You know, it was, for a men's cut, it would be $90. And we always tip in America, so, you know, an extra 20, so $110 for a men's fairly short cut. And it's definitely a faster cut than like what a lot of the people who go there get. So I always felt a little bit not sure about how much I'm paying here, and I'm going every month or sometimes every 3 weeks or something. Once upon a time though, but you know, now I just go to some barbers. I try and find something a little bit less. Ogawa massage chairs. Massage chairs are really big here. I'll say it's a real market. You know, both the ones that you see in the mall to use, and then ones that you can buy for your house too. You see it in every mall. There's like a massage chair store. Matcha 8. Oh, cool. We got some gaming chairs here. Very cool. Hello, how are you doing? This little gaming setup here makes me miss having a gaming setup. I really need to have a setup like this again. Thanks. God, I miss it. I miss it. Okay, let's continue. YouTube, yeah. How are you? Good?
What's your channel?
It's Ben.
Ben. No. Ben one, Ben Jamming.
Ben Fisherman. Ben Fisherman. Yeah.
I know. I see on you.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, you.
Really?
I know you.
Okay.
Ben Mada.
Ben Fisherman. Yeah. Can check.
I know you. I have see your YouTube.
This one. Yeah.
Oh, I know you.
Subscribe.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Because some of day I saw your video.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you remember which one, or you don't know?
All about you see.
Oh, you already watched.
Already watched. You
Nice.
can see, you can see. You can see. I saw your video. I know you.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, you see a lot.
You watch a lot of them. That's
Not just
cool.
one, a lot.
So you like it? That's good.
I saw you a lot. So I
That's
saw
cool.
that time you walk at here. I see why you so very famous. Maybe I remember of this one you.
That's cool. Nice to meet you, man.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. What's your name?
Because.
Ekas.
Yeah.
Okay, Ben. Good to meet you, bro.
That's okay.
Have a nice day, okay?
Because I saw you, your face very.
You remember?
Let me remember some of the YouTubers.
That's good. That's funny. That's cool, man.
So this one also can put a YouTuber.
Yes. You'll see this one pretty soon. You'll see it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool, man.
Thank you.
See you, buddy. Oh, that's funny. It's happening more and more often now. Oh, check this out. Yogi-Yo. Look at this. Wow. It's a cool shop. It's funny. I mean, when he said YouTuber, I just assumed he means like, oh, you have a camera. I didn't think he meant he watched a bunch of the videos. Oh, that's cool. Building up that Malaysia following, getting stopped on the streets for photos sometimes regularly. Got the Starbucks. You can't have an establishment without a Starbucks, right? I mean, you will see a lot of the condo buildings even with a Starbucks. Look at this. I thought this was like Adidas or something, but it's actually not. Some other sportswear brand? I actually don't know what this brand is. Look, it has, this is the logo. I don't even know what that is. Interesting. It doesn't even have like a name if you don't know what it's called. There's Nike. Similar style of store. I mean, I've always been a fan of Nike and Adidas. They have like so many things again. I like some of the vintage stuff too. Some of the real old school 90s Adidas, 90s Reebok, stuff like that is pretty cool. Oakley made a huge comeback. Like, you know, Oakley was like something that people were wearing in the 90s and then became like uncool, or was never that like cool amongst like young people. You know, it was more older people wearing it, or you know, 30 somethings, 40 somethings wearing sports style shades. And then it became like super in and popular. Yeah, more in like a younger generation of fashion now with Oakleys. And that was never the case before. But that happens with a lot of things. I mean, like Diesel as well. Like Diesel became super hot, you know, and Diesel was very much not cool for a long time. I mean, they did like get a new designer and stuff, which was part of it, but they like, you know, they changed their marketing, and maybe just like a certain few people, popular people, started to wear it, and then it caught on, and yeah, then everybody started to want Diesel last summer, wanted to wear Diesel belt and different vintage Diesel clothes, and yeah, all of a sudden it became hot. And so that's what happens. Things go in cycles almost. All right, I'm gonna head back down again, check out a little bit more that we didn't see downstairs. Have Reborn Coffee here. That's actually a coffee shop from California. They have a lot of branches in California. We have Kenzo Paris here. Kenzo, a pretty long-standing French designer brand. A lot of like streetwear, very streetwear. Definitely like mixed stuff, but some cool pieces from them. Occasionally some cool pieces. Yeah, I've seen, but not like not recently. But again, I guess I'm more partial to the vintage stuff. Coach. Not really for me, but you know, quality stuff. I'm back on the ground floor now. I was trying to see if there's like a direction that I didn't go. Again, I get lost. I mean, we have Burberry over there, Bulgari, Chanel. At this point, it's hard to remember exactly what stores I passed. There was like multiple sides. I mean, mostly it's a big circle, like a huge circle. So if you don't go all the way around and then go upstairs and repeat, you will kind of maybe forget, you know. Yeah, see, I don't know like what some of these places are. Guerlain, fragrances. I mean, I'm so allergic to fragrances, perfumes, and even when there's like perfumes on the linens and stuff in the hotel, it bothers me big time. Sometimes they'll ask me like, can you try? Can we spray on you? I'm like, no, do not. Please do not. Godiva, such a popular old school chocolate brand. See, 1926, Belgium. I never thought it was like exceptional quality, but it's like some fine run-of-the-mill chocolate, you know? Fresh. essentials with a C. I like the lighting here. Shiseido. Now I think this is where we came into the mall, because I remember these chairs over here. Pretty standout looking chairs. Hard to forget. Adds to the design here. It'd be nice to sit down for a moment. Yeah, we've seen pretty much the whole mall, except for the outdoor areas, which are actually beautiful. It's a really nice like park and area outside, but not today, not tonight. It's too dark, so I think I'm just gonna leave it here. I hope you enjoyed the walkthrough of this mall. Drop a thumbs up if you did, and I will see you in tomorrow's video.